Hi, today we're going to cover SEO web trends that are definitely going to affect your web ranking in 21. So here's the problem is a lot of people, they built this beautiful website and you're sitting on page 3 or 4 and you're probably wondering why. And it's probably due to the fact that you have some poor search engine optimization. So today we're going to be covering 3 current trends in SEO that are going to help improve whatever web presence that you have. And those 3 trends are SEO and UI and UX factors. The second one is link building, and then finally voice search. So for those of you who don't know who I am Tom Batman Ziegelbauer, and I help entrepreneurs and businesses with achieving their goals through the use of technology. So, all right, let's get after it. So our first topic today, like I said, we're going to talk about technical SEO and UI and UX factors. And UI stands for user interface and UX stands for user experience. A lot of people throw these things around, and let's define what we're actually talking about today. So, and why it's important. So overlooking these small little factors definitely can have a big detriment on your website's health. So trying to make your website look fresh with the best UI and UX is definitely important. You also need to make your SEO friendly to or search engine optimization to these websites like Google and Bing that are coming through and crawling your site. So one of the first things that you can do is analyzing something called a bounce rate. And bounce rate is when somebody comes into your website and they have had no activity with your website whatsoever or your web presence, and then they just disappear. So they didn't click on a link, they didn't stay on the page and have any interaction with it for under a minute, and that's considered a bounce. So there's some common reasons why you may have bounce rates on your site, and those can be unrelated keywords, meaning that you have certain tags associated with your page that you drew them into your site, but it's not appropriate to the search that you had gotten them to the site. So another big factor is poor loading speed. So if your site, they come into it and you have images not loading because they're not optimized, or your code isn't optimized behind the scenes, if it's taking more than 4 seconds for your site to load, they tend to just jump away. And this is a big problem with ClickFunnels and landing pages especially. So the other can be visitors might experiencing some page errors while they're interacting with your site, and what those could be are things like 404 errors, or you have broken links and things like that, or you have broken code. A lot of times if you're not updating your website, maybe there's a plugin or something like that that is causing some issues. So as per the Rocket Blog study, a bounce rate in the range of 26 to 40 is considered perfect for your site. I totally disagree with this statistic. I believe that you should be trying to get yourself below 26 if you can, and here's why. A lot of sites that I do audits on, they have bounce rates when I'm taking a look at the Google Analytics, and they're up 90+%. You want to get that way down for yourself, and some tools that you can use out there. One of them is called Hotjar. As an example, it's a free script that you can plug into your site, and you can see where people are interacting with your site. It uses something called heat mapping. So you have the picture of your website, and you can actually see where they're clicking or where they're not clicking on your website. Second tip in this section is monitoring the session duration. And again, you can use Hotjar for some of these heat mapping sorts of testing, and it will actually record the video through that entire process for a customer. Or you can also do some A/B testing in order to see how they're interacting with their page. Another quick tip, just being able to keep people on your site and engaged. Video is a fantastic way in terms of embedding things like YouTube videos, like the one that you're possibly watching here today. We do that on our 0%.com site, and it's a way to keep the engagement up and keep your session duration increased across your site. Also, crafting headings that create curiosity in the user to read further and bringing them through your page. Not only will this help keep people on your page, but those headings are a roadmap to guide the visitor and search engines through your content. This is going to be super important as the usability update for Google is coming out here either late spring or early summer. They're going to be taking a look at those anchors essentially of your H1s, your H2s, your H3s, and H4s in order to direct them through the content of your page. And then finally, on wrapping up this topic, is you want to work on your site's navigation by avoiding complex menu items, including a navigation menu on all pages. This is super important, including if you have a funnel type of thing, you should have some type of navigation that is there. Facebook has been blocking a lot of ads if you don't have some type of navigation inside of your site, even if it's taking them to somewhere else from a funnel back to your website. Give them that type of a navigation, and then adding a search bar for easy access across your site content. So we have that on our 0%.com website, where you can go and you can type in a particular keyword. So if you're looking up something like one of Jeff's current posts about crypto, you can find that very quickly and easily. Also, quick usability tip: don't put a home in your navigation. One, it eats up the space for your navigation, and people have figured it out. It's just a standard operating procedure in terms of design and usability. They're going to click on on your logo to take them back to the home page. So just little quick tip on that. Second topic we're going to talk about is link building. So utilizing link building techniques are essential if you want to appear on page one. Links are great for search engines for two main reasons. One, to uncover new web pages that are out there, and then also to help with your own something called DA, or domain authority, which is a major signal to determine how well pages and the site should rank, or that SERP, search engine ranking position. Two great sites for link building strategies that are out there. The first one being Moz.com. He's the one who came up with this whole terminology of domain authority, and there's some free tools on his site. He also talks about some strategies about link building strategies to help more users find your site. The other one I would definitely steer you towards. Great person out there in terms of SEO. His name is Neil Patel, Neil Patel. He has a free tool called ubersuggest.com. You can put your website in there. A bunch of free tools in terms of SEO. Definitely check that out. The third topic we're going to talk about, and wrapping things up here today, is voice search. So there's lots of examples of voice search that are out there because of products like Google Home, Amazon Alexa, Cortana, Siri, Google Assistant, and that's absolutely exploded this need to cater to that type of search now. So because of this increased demand also of mobile users that are out there, voice searchers have shown a massive growth in the recent past. So if we look at, say, the first quarter of 2019, over 42% of online population conducted some type of voice search on some type of a device. So here's some ways to make your site or your web presence more voice search friendly. So the first one is using the flavor of natural language in your content. What does that mean? You want to have concise answers satisfying the user's voice search query. So think about how you want to be found on your site. So maybe you have, there's a pizza place just down the road from us here that I actually helped them out with this. So they wanted to be found when you go find pizza places near me. We loaded up keywords on their site, plus also had some of the tips that I'll wrap up here in this voice search, so they're being found in those types of searches. So start including long tail keywords in practice of writing long form content. It's found that voice search queries are usually longer than type ones. Why is that the case? It takes longer to type than it does to actually just speak out a question like find pizza places near me. And then if you want to rank for near me searches, including correct addresses or locations for local listings with correct structured data. So how can you accomplish those types of things? There's lots of plugins doing something called structured query language on your website to help you with your search engine ranking optimization. So now that I went over several different SEO optimizations and techniques, you can apply these to your web presence ASAP. We could go on this topic all day long. So these are just 3. I'll probably create some additional web series here just on this topic because this is a big topic. So if you would leave a comment below your favorite SEO techniques, and be sure to check out my next video. And if you enjoyed watching and you learned something, be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.